Happy 4th of July and welcome to the Golf Summer Series race number 10. Tonight we are here at the Daytona International Speedway for this summer's biggest race, the Firecracker 400. A sellout crowd here in the World Center of Racing, ready to see 35 drivers launching fireworks here tonight. But before we get started, let's take a look at our starting lineup. On the pole we have Carter Bowden to 5 and next to him your points leader Jason Albert. Row 2, Alexander Jones and Owen Miles. Row 3, Movement and Hoodlum. Row 4, Mountain Dew Fan for Life and Aiden Thomas, your winner from Talladega. Row 5, Ryan Wilson and Jake from State Farm. Row 6, Johnny Hernandez and Random J. Row 7, Jimmy and last week's winner Nathan Baird. Row 8, Nargan Scott and Cody Boggs. Row 9, Lucas Armario and Dan DJ. Row 10, HS and Devin Payment. Row 11, Sean Ard and Sabretooth. Row 12, Richard Herman and Bradley Ream. Row 13, Dominic Payment and Kellen Baker. Row 14, Nick Sant and Adam Bowden. Row 15, Lipsy and Cody Boggs. Row 16, Keyshawn Richardson and Jordan Scout. Row 17, Ryan Benjamin and Slayer. And starting last night is Brandon Carruthers, who had to go to a backup car. And now it's time for the pre-race ceremony, starting with the national anthem. And now, it is time for the most famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines!
Let's take a look at the track info here for tonight. So we're going to go 48 laps on this 2.5 mile long super speedway with 31 degrees of banking. And the weather here tonight at Daytona, 79 degrees Fahrenheit, 5 mile per hour wind towards the southwest. And the cars to the rear here at Daytona, Brandon Carruthers had to go to a backup car after blowing up in practice. He is starting last, as I mentioned before. And I just gotta say thank you all to everyone who helped make this special 4th of July race possible. The painters, the admins, you know who you are. Thank you for helping out. It's greatly appreciated. And I hope everyone's having a happy 4th of July so far with their family and friends. I know we're in tough times right now, but we're gonna get through this together. And also a quick shout out to our first responders, our medical workers currently on the front lines, and military veterans who have served or are currently serving in the United States military. You guys are incredible people who do great things for this country. But for now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, because it's going to be a good one. Field coming off turn 4, and pace car takes the hard left turn to pit road. Fans on their feet here at Daytona as the Firecracker 400 is underway. Going into the back straightaway here, Carter Boyd leads the field. Alexander Jones in 33 right behind him in second. Jason Albert there, and also the 20 of its movement. Hoodlum in the 3 car, already 3 wide up there. Up to 76 and 46. The 33, they're looking to the inside, but Carter Boyd will lead lap number 1. But here comes the 33 now, going into turn number 1 with a huge run with help from the 20 of its movement. Inside line here at Daytona already working. Random J all by himself there. He's going to get help from the 19 of Shawnard now. And now the 20 going into turn number 3 will take the lead from the 33. Its movement's going to lead lap number 2. Movement trying to find some luck here after getting his second last place finish last week at Rockingham. But here comes the 03 Mount Dufan Fly. 3 wide now for second. The entire field now 3 by 3 here. That's how many cars can really go side by side here at Daytona, so no 4 wide here today. And because this track's a lot more narrow than Talladega and Armour Digital, these cars go right next to the yellow line, especially going into turns. Jimmy in the 48 will lead lap number 3. Trying to hold off both the 03 and 86 Nargis guys the entire inside lane. Touches that yellow line there. As the 48 gets put down the middle, here comes Nargan Scott with help from Hoodlum off of turn number 2 to the lead. Side by side once again for the lead. Hoodlum to the middle, now to the inside. He has help now from the 61 of HS. 3 wide once again for second. Hoodlum in the 3 car will lead lap number 4. As the pack is once again 3 by 3. And remember people, we're only on lap number 5. Meanwhile, HS with help from Richard Herman to the lead off of turn number 2. Going into turn 3. Oh! 61 tried blocking the 95. That wasn't able to work. Still side by side for the lead coming off turn 4 between the 61 and 95. But here comes the 40 of Nick Sant now. 3 wide for the lead is going to be HS, so leads lap number 5. Back in turn number 3, last lap, this happened. Gee, Jordan Scott really shoved the 37 and 20 almost right up into the wall. Could have been a massive wreck. And because of that moment, there is a car length gap between the front half and the back half of this pack that's quickly closing now. Anyways, Nick Sant now a new leader here at Daytona. He leads lap number 6 of 48. Interesting fact about that 40 car, Nick Sant. He's won at least 1 lap in every super speeder race we've been to this year. But was involved in wrecks at both Armour Digital and Talladega, and obviously trying not to be in one tonight. Anyways, Nick Sant leads another lap here, lap number 8 of 48 this time by. So a long way to go here at Daytona. Nick Sant goes to block Richard Herman in the 95 car, a winner from Armored Digital earlier this season. Wrecked out of the last Super Speeder race at Talladega. Was involved in the big one. Three wide now between the 48, 24, and 14. Owen Miles to third as Richard Herman is still right on the back bumper of that 40 car. He leads another lap. Owen Miles now to the inside. Nick Sant to the inside. He dumps Richard Herman. But now Richard Herman's trying to get picked up by the 48 car, Jimmy, who was left out to dry earlier. Three wide now for second. Here comes the 76 of Ryan Wilson. He was involved in a wreck with Random J during our practice session on Thursday. Had very minor damage, able to get that repaired, and now look at him up front. Yet another lap led for Nick Sant in that 40 car. He was trying to hold off the rest of the 34 cars behind him. As now Nick Sant goes to the outside. Here comes the 76 and 37. Ryan Wilson and Nathan Baird to the lead here at Daytona. Nathan Baird trying to win back-to-back Golf Summer Series races after getting his first career win last week at Rockingham and only his first ever start. Ryan Wilson will lead lap number 10, lap number 11 of 48 this time by. Here comes Dan Mattiello in the 17 car. Ryan Wilson tries to block him, but he couldn't. Mattiello to the inside now. Ryan Wilson in the middle. Now the 17 car is in the middle. Ryan Wilson up high on the outside. Here comes Brendan Carruthers in the 16 to help out the 17. Brendan Carruthers started last at Talladega. Ended up doing very well at that race. Trying to repeat that same formula here tonight at Daytona. Anyways, Mattiello led lap number 11, but here comes the 83 of Adam Bowden, with help from the 20th movement. Adam Bowden came in this race 30th in points, and was involved in the aforementioned big one at Talladega. Movement trying to make his move on the 83, tries to go to the bottom, but there's no room there. Here comes the 66 Sabretooth in that Black Lives Matter car, trying to get his second Golf Summer Series victory. Adam Bowden leads another lap here, lap number 14 of 48 this time by. Here comes the 20 to Dan DJ now to the inside. He has help from the 21 of Kellen Baker and Random J. Dan DJ trying to get his second Golf Summer Series victory of the year and also his third consecutive top 5 finish. He finished runner-up last week at Rockingham and also won Dodge Monodrome. Kellen Baker into 21 to the inside, passing to 28, as the field is 3 wide once again behind him. Kellen Baker will lead lap number 14, lap number 15 this time by. And I think now is the perfect time for some Golf Summer Series Crank It Up. Sean Ard in the 19 will lead lap number 19 here from Daytona. Lap number 20 of 48 this time by. If you want more proof that the Illuminati's real, the 19 car leads lap number 19 of 48 in a Jimmy Johnson car. Everyone behind the leader still 3 by 3 here, as here comes the 24 and 46. Keyshawn Richardson and Johnny Hernandez will leave Sean Ard out to dry. He's going to get picked up by Slayer. As now the 24 goes on the outside. Keyshawn Richardson to the lead here at Daytona. Lap number 21 of 48 this time by. Johnny Hernandez now with help from Richard Herman going into turn number 1. And coming off 2, he will clear the 24. Richard Herman there on the inside with help from Alexander Jones going into turn number 3. Oh, Lipsy, HS gets turned. It's the big one at Daytona. And HS goes over and over, barrel rolling in turns 3 and 4 as probably half the field is involved in this one. And coming back to the line is going to be Richard Herman, who will assume the lead. The field trying to slow down for the pace car as we're going to take a look what the hell happened to cause that massive wreck. So just like at Talladega, this happened going into turn number 3. Oh, the 9 of Lipsy ran out of room, just came up on both the 61 and the 5. And all chaos just broke loose from there. The 61 of HS just barrel rolling at least half a dozen times there. The 37, the 82, the 3, Random J, Dominic Payment, the 66 all involved. Go on board with Random here. Oh, he's got shoved by I think the 17 of Mattiello into the wall. Just went spinning in the grass. Not the first time Random J's been involved in an accident this week. On board of Jimmy here in the 48. A great miss there for the 48 of Jimmy. Good job getting through that. On board the 5 Ricardo Boyd. Yep, nowhere to go for him. When Lipsy came back onto the track, there's just nothing he can do except for hold on and hope for the best. Let's take a look at our slow motion. Hard hit there for the 5. And also, of course, a hard hit there for the 61 head on. Went barrel rolling immediately after that impact. Nathan Baird, the winner from Rockingham, movement and getting involved in that as well. Hoodlum there in the 3 also getting involved there late. Ryan Wilson, I think, maybe got a little bit of damage, but I think he's fine. Nargan Scott also involved in there late. Bradley Ream able to get past by. And Kellen Baker, just like at Talladega, able to get right past by the flipping barrel rolling car of HS. The 69 of Aiden Thomas, one of the favorites going into this race, able to sneak past by there. Adam Bowden, 83, also able to get past by there. As HS eventually, thankfully, lands on all 4 wheels. Hope he is alright after that scary, scary wreck, as we got pit stops here at Daytona. Richard Herman, Johnny Hernandez, and Alexander Jones leads pretty much the entire field down the pit road. Some of the cars also involved in that wreck down pit road as well. The 53 of Random J and Devin Payment, you saw coming down pit road. Pretty much everyone doing gas and go. Oh, the 82 Jake from State Farm almost got into the 46 of Johnny Hernandez. That was really close. And speaking of which, the 46 wins the race down pit road. Imagine if the 82 car hit the 46. Would have probably been talking about someone else winning the race down pit road. Anyways, we're currently under caution here in the Firecracker 400 because of this. Welcome back to the Firecracker 400 here from Daytona. We're about to go back green after a massive wreck that happened along turns 3 and 4. Currently the cars out of this race is Carter Boyd in the 5, HS went barrel rolling across the turns, Ryan Benjamin in the 72, and Braden Carruthers for yet another wreck here today. Gonna hurt him even more than the points. And currently the cars a lap down is Random J and Nathan Baird. And Hoodlum there in the 3 is about to go a lap down to his dad and teammate Johnny Hernandez, who is winning the race so far. Anyways, pace car down pit road as we're back on the green here in the Firecracker 400. Johnny trying to get past by his son of Hoodlum, with Richard Herman right behind him. As on the 95 car goes to the inside. The leader's still getting held up by the lap cars here as Richard Herman and Johnny Hernandez now go down low. Keyshawn Richardson right behind him in the 24 follows him as well. Random J holding up the 33 of Alexander Jones and Sean Ard and pretty much everyone else behind him. Anyways, Richard Herman, Johnny Hernandez, and Keyshawn Richardson currently your top 3 here at Daytona. Lap number 27 to 48, just a little over halfway done with this race. As Richard Herman will lead this lap number 28 to 48 now. Alexander Jones and Lucas Mario able to break away from the lap cars as the lap cars continue to hold up the rest of the leaders. Keyshawn Richardson now down to the inside. Richard Herman will follow him too. Ryan Wilson there in the 76. Currently in 12th, trying to get past by these lap cars. Able to get past by Random and Hoodlum, now trying to get past by Nathan Baird. Jason Albert, your points leader back here in 16th. Still trying to get past by these lap cars. Random now currently holding up movement. In the 20 was also involved in that big wreck. Wouldn't be surprised if these lap cars continue to be an issue here tonight. Three wide now for second as Alexander Jones will lead his first lap here tonight. Currently the pack you're looking at on your screen is the top 9. While everyone else behind them are all the rest of the lead lap cars. 3 wide action here between the 95, 24, and 40. Richard Herman there with no help. Alexander Jones leads another lap here at Daytona. Lap number 31 to 48 this time by. Pretty much everyone on this lead pack single file now, not really trying to make a move on anyone else. The pack also behind him single file. And as I say that, here comes Jimmy in the 48 and the 7 of Cody Boggs. It's going to be a 3-wide battle for the lead now. Cody Boggs right onto the yellow line. Cody Boggs will lead lap number 31. Both of these groups now side by side once again. Three wide coming out of turn number 2. Here comes Johnny Hernandez now going into turn number 3 on the inside. On board here with the 40 of Nixon. Cody Boggs will lead lap number 32 of 48. Currently the highest running Atlanta Motorsports driver. Random and movement involved in that big one while Jordan Scout is stuck towards the back of the pack. 3 wide behind the leaders, Bradley Ream up high. The pack now mostly single file, but here comes the 46 of Johnny Hernandez now trying to go for second on Nick Sand. Cody Boggs reads another lap here as he goes down to the inside to Bog Johnny. Oh boy, we got a lap car coming up here. I believe it's the 55 of Dominic Payment. What is he going to do to these leaders? On the backstretch, they catch up to him. Oh my god, they're going to really slow down. The 7 and 46 able to pass by 3 wide. Oh my god. And just for Casara Talladega, everyone behind him really slow. Here comes the second group of cars that I mentioned. This is their chance to catch up to the leaders. And as Johnny Hernandez leads another lap here at Daytona. Everyone behind the leaders there are still trying to get past by the 55. My gosh. Jeez. Jimmy there all by himself as it goes back in line, but here comes the 95 of Richard Herman. He's going to force the 46 up the track. Johnny Hernandez now with no help, trying to side draft off the 2 Chevys of Richard Herman and Lucas Armario. And now the 95 blocks the 46. Side by side now for the lead between the 1 and 95. As everyone's still trying to get past by the lap car of Dominic Payment. Slayer, Dan DJ behind him there looking together. Jordan Scout, Jason Albert, Nick Sant, and others able to pass by the lap car of Dominic Payment. Pretty much everyone now passed by the 55. That's 3 wide back here. Keyshawn Richardson also is back here as well. Sean Ard and the 21 of Kellen Baker. Those guys were up front earlier this race. But because that lap car lost a lot of time on the lead pack. The 53 and 66 are the next cars up in line to be a lap down. Coming off before, currently a leader is Jimmy in the 48. Behind him is Ryan Wilson in the 76. Owen Miles in the 14, 33 of Alexander Jones. These are the guys currently in it to win it. Ryan Wilson tries to come down to 14, but wasn't enough room to do so. He gets stuck with no help. Here comes the 95 right behind him. And as I mentioned earlier, the 66 car was a car that the leaders were going to catch up eventually, and already, here they are. We're probably going to catch them after this lap here. And already the leaders are approaching on the 66 car of Sabretooth, as Jimmy leads lap number 38. 10 laps to go remain here at Daytona. It looks like Jimmy is able to go on the outside of the 66. He's going to swing on the rest of the field. Owen Miles also able to leapfrog ahead of all the rest of the field, as everyone else is still stuck behind the 66. On board here of Cody Boggs in the 7. Able to get a run on the inside and goes right past by the 66. The top 6 now all single file and spread apart. Something you usually don't see at Daytona, as we have 9 laps to go. Owen Miles has come close so many times here this season in the Golf Summer Series to get a win. Can he get it here tonight? Owen Miles now side by side with Jimmy going into turn number 3. Owen Miles going into turn number 3 and into 4 with help from the 46 of Johnny Hernandez to the lead. Where did he come from? Eight laps to go. 3 wide now for the lead once again between the 14, 46, and 7. Cody Boggs almost right below the yellow line. Cody Boggs trying to get Atlanta Motorsports' first ever Golf Summer Series victory. With only 7 laps to go now. Alexander Jones goes to the inside. He has help from the 69 of Aiden Thomas. Like I mentioned, he's one of the favorites to win tonight. Here come the second group of cars. We'll see if they can catch up or not and give these leaders a run for their money. 3 wide once again now for second. Richard Herman on the inside. Aiden Thomas with no help at all as he now goes in front of the 33 car. 6 laps to go. Still 3 wide behind the leaders as the leaders catch up to Random J once again. What is he going to do this time to these leaders? Looks like Johnny Hernandez in the inside lane, able to get past by the 53. Everyone else, however, struggles a little bit. He holds up the 7 of Cody Boggs, his own teammate. And now Aiden Thomas is stuck behind the 53. 5 laps to go. The field's once again single file from that lap traffic. Dan DJ trying to work with Jimmy in the 48 in the middle there. Trying to get past by the top two of the 46 and 76. And oh my god, another lap cars. Dominic Payment once again. This time I think these leaders sort of knew the lap car was coming. They were single file for pretty much the entire lap. And oh my god, Dominic Payment's actually going to block the 46. What are you doing, Dominic? Let the leaders by. 4 laps to go here at Daytona. As these lap cars continue to be an issue for these leaders. And once again, the inside lane will prevail and get passed by the lap car. Richard Herman and everyone else behind him still struggling to get past by that 55. As we're now 3 wide for the lead once again going into turn number 3. Here comes Cody Boggs on the inside. And now this time by 3 laps to go here at the Firecracker 400. Still 3 wide for the lead going into turn number 1 as the 7 of Cody Boggs will come down on the 14 on the inside. And coming off turn 2, he's going to block the 20 of Dan DJ on the outside. And now back to the inside to block the 14 once again. The next lap car on the line there is Lipsy to 9. I don't think these guys will catch up to them in time. Fortunately for them. 2 laps to go here at Daytona. 5 miles remain to decide the winner of the Firecracker 400. Cody Boggs trying to block as many lanes as possible to prevent their runs. Seven now up to the outside again, but here comes the 76 of Ryan Wilson. Side by side for the lead. Ryan Wilson with help from Lucas Armario will take the lead off turn number 4. Ryan Wilson up to the outside, this time by white flag in the air. 1 more lap to go here at Daytona. Who will win the Firecracker 400? Lucas Armario on the inside for a huge run going into turn number 1. He has help from the 83 of Adam Bowden. He's going to clear the 76 going into turn number 2. And now coming onto the backstretch, he's going to block him on the outside. Half a lap to go. Here comes the Fords of the 83 and 21. Lucas Armario is going to block them as well. Lucas Armario off of turn number 4 for the final time. Can Adam Bowden make his move and get there? It's not going to be enough. Checker flag is waving. Lucas Armario wins the Firecracker 400. Congratulations to Lucas Armario and Team McFlurry Racing. They are your winners here tonight at the Firecracker 400 here from Daytona. This is also Lucas Armario's 2nd career Golf Summer Series victory. He is the first driver to have more than 1 win so far. And as the fireworks go off here at Daytona, let's take a look at the official top 10 results here for tonight. So Lucas Armario finishes 1st, Adam Bowden comes home 2nd, Kellen Baker comes home 3rd, Ryan Wilson finishes 4th, Slayer finishes 5th, Cody Boggs 6th, Richard Herman, he led the most laps here tonight, he finishes 7th, Owen Miles in 8th, Johnny Hernandez in 9th, and running off the top 10 is Dan DJ for his 3rd consecutive top 10 finish. And now for the point standings, Kellen Baker back to the points lead here, 327 points. Aiden Thomas trails him by 7 points in 2nd. Jason Albert falls down to 3rd. 4th is Slayer, 23 points behind the leader. Dan DJ up to 5th, 32 points behind the leaders. Braden Carruthers all the way down in 6th, 34 points behind the leader. Matt Tiello in 7th. Johnny Hernandez in 8th. Bradley Ream in 9th. And rounding off the top 10 is Nargan Scott. So next up, race number 11, we head to the Iowa Speedway for the Iowa Corn 300. That will be on the channel next weekend, so stay tuned for that. But But as always, thank you all for watching this race. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and have a happy 4th of July.